Well, March is National Poison Prevention Month, and a great time to talk about the dangers of poisoning and the hazards that you might not even think of. We've got Dr. Stephen Marks here, founding dean of the Harvey S. Peeler Jr. College of Veterinary Medicine at Clemson University, along with an adoptable, sweet, sweet puppy. Tell us about this puppy.
This is Alma, and
Alma.
she's up for adoption. She's probably about between 4 and 6 weeks old.
Oh. She's from Greenville Humane Society, 4 to 6 weeks old. Look how sweet that little spot. What do we know about her story? Anything?
Not much. She's up for adoption. She's probably mostly part pit bull. And she's adorable. A lot of energy.
A lot of energy, for sure. So dogs of all kinds, whether they have a whole lot of energy or little, they tend to get into things. And so we want to talk about the top dangers to pets in this Poison Awareness Month. The list includes human prescriptions, over-the-counter medicines and drugs. Talk about some of those and how they end up getting in.
Yeah, it's pretty common, unfortunately. So the same things that you worry about your children getting into, you have to worry about your dog and cat getting into. So over-the-counter medications, ibuprofen, Tylenol can be toxic.
Yeah.
Any other household known poisons, ant-insecticide, roach insecticide, those can all be very dangerous. So we have a kind of a collection here. So you really want to child-proof and pet-proof your home.
Well, because you don't think of pets wanting to get into any of those things, but gosh, they get curious, they explore some things, and it doesn't take much.
They do.
Human foods are also a major poisoning risk. We all know, chocolate off the top of our head. So what are some of those?
Yeah, so chocolate is the top one, but things that you wouldn't think about, like grapes, raisins, onions, garlic. So there's quite a few that you have to be very careful with. So the best rule of thumb is no table scraps at all. But if you are going to give table scraps, make sure it's something that's very, very safe.
Very safe. And then also plants. You don't think about plants too much. I know that the poinsettia is one, but lilies are also a plant to look out for.
Yeah, lilies for cats can be very dangerous just because they affect the kidneys. So you have to be concerned. Most of the green plants that we see and the flowering plants, if they chew on them, they'll cause some gastrointestinal upset, but they're not lethal. Lilies can be lethal, so you just have to be very careful.
This puppy has so much energy, somewhere to be, I think, too.
Absolutely.
I know, you're going to have so much fun in somebody's house. Look at that sweet puppy. Look at that spot. I love this puppy. And that little this puppy is going to be somebody's great family pet. Just has a little excitement this morning, or this day. When we talk about household toxins like cleaners or disinfecting wipes, even bug sprays. Again, something you wouldn't think an animal would want to get into. Hi, baby.
So I think that the best thing to do is think about what would be toxic to a child. And it's a pretty safe bet if those are toxic to a child, they'll be toxic to a dog or a cat. You want to make sure cupboards are locked and don't leave anything out. Don't put your pet in the garage when there's antifreeze. They can get into so many things. You just want to use common sense and look around the home.
Absolutely. And then, you talk about preventing exposure. We're keeping the items out of pets' reach. Anything else we should do a sweep for as we look around our homes?
Those are really the main things. Don't leave anything, like dogs and cats are very creative. So make sure they're locked away, not just on top of a table or a cabinet, because they will get there.
We've seen the videos. They stand on each other's shoulders. They push furniture into place to get what they want. But let's talk about what if there is exposure. What are the signs? How are we supposed to react?
So the hard thing about signs is they are different for almost every toxin. But certainly, most ingestions will wind up in some type of vomiting and or diarrhea, excess salivation. You want to know where your veterinarian is, and you want to know which veterinarians are available in hours and out of hours. So have a list, and then if you think your pet has gotten into something, make sure you pick that something up. Either the material itself, be careful putting it in a plastic bag, or the label off the package. For example, we see a lot of rodenticide, rat poison. There's several different types out there. Best to either take a picture of it, the box itself, or the material itself, and show that to your veterinarian, because they'll know what to do.
Yep, and it helps to have the actual item there so they know what we might have gotten into. Anything else to think about when it comes to pet safety, or just being a good pet owner, especially for a sweet little puppy like this looking for a home?
So I think it's always wise to talk to your veterinarian before you get a pet. Make sure your household is suitable, make sure the kids are ready. And then there's a huge number of resources online. You can go to the ASPCA, you can go to your veterinarian's website, and just investigate before you put a pet into the household.
Oh my goodness, there's a sweet picture of this finally still
That's a great shot.
Little puppy. So if anybody wants this pet, what should they do?
They should contact the Greenville Humane Society.
All right, Greenville Humane Society. Tell them you saw Sweet little Alma.
Alma's the
and
best.
I will set you up. Thank you so much for being here and for bringing Alma. People can follow your program on social media, Clemson Vet Med, and they can visit Greenville Humane Society to learn more about adopting a new friend. You made it, Alma.